Hello, Virgo family. I have to scoot up here a little bit. So 2018 is really proving to be very interesting so far for Virgos. We've really kind of been called to really release a lot of stuff so that we can move forward. A lot of that is like the very ideal of who we were, who we've been, and what we actually deserve to have in our lives, and how we're going to get it for ourselves. And the projection that Virgos are cruel or heartless or perfectionists, when we get labeled like that, just like any sign, if any sign gets labeled, like Taurus is stubborn, or Scorpio is intense, or, Libra's tunnel vision kind of thing, or too indecisive. Libra's too indecisive. When we put labels like that on people, it projects out into the world a personality that is so general that we almost start to act that out, right? I can tell you right now, I have 4 placements in Virgo in my birth chart, and I am not a perfectionist by any means. I am not OCD. I am not, I'm a messy person. And I might just be the most, I can be very nurturing and very Virgo mother-like, but I'm going to tell you like it is. And sometimes you're not going to like it. And that's that Libra rising coming out in me. And I'm such a free spirit that my Sagittarius moon shines brighter sometimes than the Virgo sun. I want to just run free. I don't want to be stuck at home in front of the fire tending to it. I want to be out in the world and experiencing new things. And so to put the projection onto all Virgos that we are put in this box of perfectionism and we really have to have our shit together all the time is unfair. And I feel like in the last year, this has been a really big projection towards Virgos. That we have to be a certain way. And damn it, we're not that way right now. We're just not. We're putting ourselves out there into the world. We're looking at what we want to have in our lives. We're not just thinking about nurturing everybody. And when a Virgo stops nurturing everybody, they think she's becoming a bitch or he's becoming an ass. And yes, if you're cross-watching and you've had a Virgo who's very manipulative and a Virgo who's a total asshole or a total bitch in your life, that Virgo is not evolved. If you've had a Virgo that has beat you down as a person, that Virgo is not evolved. That Virgo has not come into their true higher self sun sign. Check out what their rising sign is. I bet they're acting that way instead. They're putting that mask on to show the world, right? Because Virgos are nurturing and loving. And that's just the way, that is our go-to. So right now, Virgos, we're really thinking about ourselves. And we're really coming into our own. And we have been for, I don't know about the last 6 months, because there's been this decision in our life that really needed to happen. There needed to be a final decision for some time. There was something that was keeping us in a place of stagnancy there was something that was keeping us from moving forward because we were so confused by it. Like, what is this feeling that I'm having here? Because we so wanted to be able to provide for someone, something, for a family, for a person. And it's like we were being blocked from it. We weren't being allowed to show our true selves, so we withdrew. And in 2018 now, we're coming into, this is going to be a general read for the end of February because it is the 6th. And I already did the love reading. And I have a feeling the love's going to come out in this. Because now Virgos are coming to this conclusion of our truth. And why we had to withdraw. And why we had to make that final decision. And now, you know, we talked about in the beginning of February, the emotionally waking up and finally showing all of this stuff that we stuffed inside and coming to our truth and actually saying it out loud and believing it for once. And then things start to happen. Miracles start to happen, right? Because we said, you know, when you're working too hard for it, it's not real. You have to work hard for things. Yeah. Everything. You have to work hard for everything. And Virgos know that. And we will work extremely hard to make something happen. Especially if it means the world to us. We will work very, very hard. But when it gets to the point to where we work so hard where we've broken ourselves down, that's when we recognize that we were pushing against the grain instead of moving towards it or with the grain, right? So, coming into that emotional clarity and waking up and seeing that we actually can move forward energetically with a lightness and knowing that the direction that we're going is right. And even if there's a little pain in it, we worked so hard to get there. The Tower was the very first card that came out. This is that realization. I worked so hard for this. And now I've woken up to the fact that it was very unstable. You know, I was very overburdened. 10 of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. Could be an air sign in your life that is kind of like your shock point. I want to call it a shock point. And I almost kind of even saw like just being like having a thought and being shocked, kind of like a shock collar almost, like, you know, the dog gets to the fence and they get shocked and it gets pulled back. It's almost like that's what happened. We're so excited, we're going to get to this point right here, and then bam, there's that invisible line that we can't cross until we get shocked and realize that there's got to be a better way. So this person who, and I don't feel like this person is a burden to you. I feel like this person was the clarity that showed you where the burden was within you. Nine of Swords. This is the person that said, hey, wake up. And maybe they didn't actually say it, but they did something to make you recognize and see all of this heavy burden that you've been carrying, physically, emotionally, mentally, all of this Page of Cups, like let me love you, let me love you? Or why is it that I can't just love and be loved and let it be okay? And it could just, the Queen of Swords could just be like the aspect of who you are, too. Just being very rational. We are ruled by Mercury, and so Virgo is, yes, we're an earth sign, but we're also very air-like, very rational, very analytical, very communicative, because we are ruled by Mercury and the asteroids, and so it is a very air-type earth sign, if you will. So this could be, the Queen of Swords could be us being very rational, being very analytical, making this decision within ourselves that was a really, really hard decision for us to make. Because we felt like, I'm working so hard for this love that I want. And then we have the Queen of Cups. This earth sign, or this water sign, was in the beginning of February reading as well. And this is the water sign where we have recognized where that emotional maturity really is and what we truly deserve and where our luck was actually turning in our favor. With the Wheel of Fortune, where the healing aspects were happening with the Star, where the reciprocity was with the Six of Pentacles. And we began to recognize, Seven of Swords, how we could begin to move away from all of that rough water and go into calmer water. Could actually be moving. And so we started to let go. We have the Four of Pentacles. Started to let go of those things we were holding on to. We have the Chariot. I love the Chariot card. Every single time I look at this card now, I see all of this magic behind the Chariot, just pushing it forward. And we have Judgment. And we have the Eight of Wands. And then we have the Four of Cups. So, again, could be actually moving. We do have the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. Or we could just know that direction that we want to move into now, and we're communicating that, and we're doing it with such a force and such a knowing that we're following the universe this time. Because we're tired of fighting against the grain. We're tired of getting shot by the invisible fence. So this time, we're going to let the universe guide us around the fence, around the invisible fence. We're going to let go of thinking that we know it all, because we've been really wrong about things in the last 6 months, because we have spoken truths that we thought were truths, and then we turn around and we're like, but that doesn't make sense for me anymore. That doesn't seem right. I don't get it. And so then we have to admit where we have failed ourselves and other people, and know that it's still okay, and let go of that and move forward. And we have the Wheel of Fortune on our side. So I'm actually really feeling like this healing moment, this healing aspect of February, is going to have a lot of meditation involved, Four of Cups meditation involved, Nine of Pentacles. But we are definitely transforming. And it could be that we started off February as the Queen of Swords, being very rational, being very direct, being very straightforward. And we end February with the Queen of Cups. We also have the King of Cups. So there's a lot of emotion backing in February. There's a lot of intuitiveness happening with Virgos in February. There will be moments where you will question everything that you've done again. In the middle of February, you're going to question everything. But what I want to say now is stand firm in who you are, Virgo. By the middle of February, before the partial solar eclipse in Aquarius on the 15th, all of the beliefs that you have had where, let's see, that's next week, right? Is that next week? I think so. All of the beliefs where you doubted yourself. Everything where you weren't sure if you were moving in the right direction. Clear that out now before this solar eclipse comes. Because once this solar eclipse comes, you guys are going to be catapulted forward towards the end of February in a way that is so exciting. And you're thinking to me now, I'm kind of tired today. I'm not really feeling it. You know, I've been really emotional this week. I'm not really feeling it. But that's what the lunar eclipse is doing to you. It's pulling things out of your life that needed to be pulled out of your life. And it's making things easier. It's making it easier to pull away from the stuff that's no longer serving you. The cosmos, the universe, the planets are gifting you this time to really come into your own and know what serves you. So take advantage of this gift that the universe is giving you right now. Take advantage of this gift. And whatever water sign or loving person who you feel is very, very stable, who is helping you walk away from things that once broke your heart. Eight of Cups, Three of Swords. Whoever this water sign is that is very stable for you and helping you walk away from from things that broke your heart in the last year, or things that have been way too tough for you to handle in the last year. This person could be a Scorpio or a Cancer, really helping guide you in ways that you never thought were possible. And you get to do it with such a clear mind. So take this gift, this person, this emotional, mature person, and go with it. And know that you're not alone. May feel like you're alone sometimes, but you're not. Because after the solar eclipse, the partial solar eclipse in Aquarius, those rough waters are going to seem like they were so far away from you. Now it's just going to be clear day. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. No. And things aren't, it's okay if things aren't easy for Virgos. We don't want things to be easy. We just want them to make sense. Sometimes things don't make sense, right? So let's make sense of it. Let's make sense of what doesn't make sense. We can do that. We can do that. Whatever we have to manipulate to make rational in our lives, whether it's rational or not, we can do that. That is a gift that a Virgo has. We can make things happen, and we can mold things into working for people. So just remember that this time in between the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse is really about clearing. And that is what the emotional waking up process has been for us the beginning of February. And all of this acceptance that we are finally getting in our lives, and all of this pushing forward, and all of the good luck that we're starting to feel build. You know, it's because we're letting go of all of that past bullshit that didn't make sense, and we could never make sense of it. And all it did was just hurt. Right? So let's move forward. Let's move forward into 2018 and let the cosmos do it with you. You know, take advantage of all of this energy that's going on around us, because a lot of people can't make sense of it, but a Virgo can. It's our gift. We can make sense of what's going on cosmically. Or we can try. My shirt says, let's get lost. So let's do that. Let's get lost in the cosmos, right? I love you guys so much. Really, really, really good energies for Virgo in February. And our full moon, the full moon on March 1st, is also in Virgo. So we're really being offered these amazing, amazing, amazing gifts of energy from the universe right now. So let's take advantage at the beginning of this year, because there's so much that we have coming to us. And this is just a preparation time to catapult us forward into amazing, amazing things, right? If you would like a personal reading from me, check out the InstantGo app. That link's below. I added a service to my website for emailing questions to me. If you do not have an iPhone and you can't download the InstantGo app, you can just email me a question and I will. So check out my website, fearlessintuition.net. That link is below. Click on that little box down below the video, and all of the information is down there. If you email me, I will send you to my website. So let's skip the middleman. Just go to the website. And if you see my email address down there, you'll also see my website down there. Like, it's all down there together. fearlessintuition.net down there. Thank you for all of the donations that have come in. I have decided that in 2018, I will not be doing paid subscriptions for videos. I was thinking of doing Vimeo, and then I was thinking, okay, well, I'll just do it where they can buy like an extended version or whatever. I'm not going to do that. So all of the readings that I put onto YouTube will be free. So all of the donations that have come in, that is helping make it so I can continue to put videos on YouTube. Otherwise, I would just be able to do personal readings, and that's it. And I want to be able to offer this to everybody, because I know I love connecting with all of you. So thank you for the donations. And if you would like to help grow the channel, just know that that's where the donations are going to, providing the time for me to be able to do the general YouTube readings as well. So I love you, my Virgos, my Virgo fam. Amazing 2018 coming up. So I just want you to know that, yes, things have been really rough, but they're starting to lighten. And keep the faith. I love you guys so much. Bye.